Welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Schuller, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, and if you've been with us all day, I'm going to make you stay. I'm going to try to. It's kind of a rough one out there, so I've got some work to do. How about corn? Let's take a look at corn just to see where things are at. And we've got a corn board that's really leaking. Really, July's 8.5 cents lower. 7.76 and a quarter is the bad news. That's the last, but we are about 6 cents off the low. So we have been worse. All right, we have been worse. That's what I can say about that board. How about soybeans? What do we have going on? July soybeans, 32 3/4 cents lower, 15.89 and a quarter. We've given up that 16 handle in the July. We are about, well, we have been a lot lower too, 11 cents lower, 12 cents lower. So we have come back from our lows. 32 1/4 cents lower, July beans, 15.89 3/4. Now, no beans, down 24 cents to 14.46 3/4. All right, let's move over to Chicago wheat. What's this got for us here today, folks? Well, we're 5 3/4 cents lower at 11.02 3/4 in that July contract. And that, too, is about 12 cents off the lows. So we have bounced here, I guess we could say. March, if you go out the deferreds, that's going to be 2 3/4 cents lower at 11.10. So not too bad there. Let's see what we've got what's happening in Kansas City. Hard red wheat in Kansas City, we actually have some up arrows, believe it or not. July is up 5 3/4 cents to 11.76 and a quarter, but we have been about 25 cents higher. Look at the high in July is $12 even, okay? Look at that. If we go out to the deferreds, Dees is up 5 3/4 cents at 11.83 and a half, but March is off 5 cents, 11.69 and a quarter. So that's interesting. How about spring wheat in Minneapolis? Well, this one's up 2.5 cents in July. 12.11 and a quarter is last. Again, that Dees contract up 2.5 cents as well to 12.05 and a half. But by March, they don't think there's going to be an issue. That's what this is telling me. 2 3/4 cents lower in the March spring wheat in Minneapolis. 11.97 and a quarter. That's a new low, all right? That's a new low. How about cotton? That one's been interesting. We've got that July market off 80 points to 142.81. It wasn't that long ago, folks. We were above 150, and that is close to making a new low on the day. All right, let's bring in our next guest analyst, Todd Horowitz. He's with Bubba Trading. He's coming to us, I think, from Chicago. He is. Todd, well, where does one begin? I mean, what's top of mind? The floor is yours.
There's no joy in Mudville tonight. I mean, this is ugly, but we expected some pressure. And because the equities are under such heavy pressure, that does relate to other products because there's margin calls that need to be satisfied. So you basically get a wholesale selling environment. I think there's not a ton of damage being done to the grain markets, and I still believe that these are probably more of a buying opportunity than a selling opportunity. The problems that we're going to have that produce the higher prices aren't going away tomorrow, and they're probably far from being solved. So to me, this is just a buying opportunity. I think that there's still a lot of room to go on the upside, and I wouldn't be surprised if they found a bottom, tomorrow. We've got the reports coming out this week. So, but I think that I wouldn't be concerned, especially if you're hedged.
And we've got, it looks as though, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it quite like this, but the Fed is being aggressive with interest rate hikes. And we've seen that 10-year yield get up to 3.2% today. It's down around 3.09 right now. But that's really spooked the markets as well. So that's got equity selling off. And that's got everybody thinking there might be a slowdown here, which is hence why you have oil selling off. And so all in all, it looks as though folks are worried that the Fed is actually going to, well, maybe we'll get a hard landing, but just how hard? Do they break the economy or do they really, really slow it down? I think that's really the big question out there right now, and that's what folks are nervous about. So, and I guess they rightfully so, with the Fed being in our back pocket since 2008. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get them out of that back pocket. All right, stay right there, Todd. We're going to go away and pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock with Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading in Chicago after these messages. All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Schuller, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for joining us and sticking around. Let's see what's going on in the live cattle market. Let's see what that board looks like. Let's not waste any more of your time. That June market's up 90 cents, really, 133.65. That's not bad. We're about, I don't know, 20 cents off the 22 cents off the highs. That's nice to say, isn't it? August is up 10 cents, 135.45. But if you go out the deferreds, we slowly but surely leak, right, until you get to Feb, where it's now 37 cents lower at 153.57. So that's not a bad board, but again, only it's mixed with the fronts up and the backs off. How about feeders? Just can't catch a break here. Can't catch a bid either, right? We've got August down 10 cents to 174.60. Good news is we've been a lot lower than this earlier, so we have come back. And if you go out to the deferreds, we got an 80-cent loss in November to 180.72. So yeah, we've bounced off of our lows here, trying to fight back towards that unchanged equatorial line. How about lean hogs? What's that look like? Well, boy, there's nothing with really any up arrows on it right now. We've got June off $2.57 to 101.52. That's about 47 cents off the lows there in that lean hog market. June plumbing the depths. We've also got, say, July off $2.70 to 104.35. So that too is about 37 cents off of the lows. Keep an eye on it, but there we go. How about bringing back in Todd Horowitz? He's going to explain it all to us. Todd, what do you think about these this livestock board and what's been happening over there?
Well, it's interesting because when I did my report this morning, both fats and feeders were down over $1, and now they're up, which is a bullish sign. I think it has a lot related to crude oil, right? We have higher crude, lower beef because, again, obviously it's a budget issue, and the hogs have been just kind of wishing around and swishing around, 100 to 110 after they made those big highs. And I mean, these are fairly reasonable prices when you look back, but of course it doesn't count the added input costs it is for farmers and producers to produce these things. So, look, I think that this is going to go the way of oil and go the way of markets, and I think that's one of the big effects to cattle. People want to eat protein, and certainly they want to eat a steak, but sometimes they're forced to eat pork or they're forced to eat poultry, and I think this is what we're watching. It's really kind of just related to the general market conditions, I think.
Nothing like that big old Mountain Dew and beef jerky at the old Circle K, is there, right, Todd? I mean,
no, there isn't.
That's what it's going to be. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. That's Todd Horowitz. He's coming to us from Chicago. He's with Bubba Trading. Thanks, Todd, for being on the show. I'll bring it back to Nashville so I can throw this back over to Janet.